Government and big business colluding together has been a deep, involved intimacy which, although public, has gone completely unnoticed by the general population. On today's episode, we'll discuss the following. Google having over 250 people in its revolving door with the US government, and there are only 6 media corporations controlling all of the news. You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. Let's look at this today as we understand what collusion really means. It doesn't take a genius to figure out because all of the information is public. It's staring us right in the face, yet people are unwilling to spend just a few minutes to really dig into it. So let's do that today rather quickly, beginning with this showing you the 6 media corporations that control it all. Starting from left to right, GE, News Corp, Disney, Viacom, Time Warner, and CBS. And you could see all the sub-companies underneath that. When you have control over all of these corporations, you control what people know or don't know. Now, some people may say, how are you going to control every single individual who works for Viacom, for example? How are you going to control the janitor there? How are you going to control the secretary there? How will you do that? Well, simply, it's all about the trickle-down effect. All you need is to control the individuals at the very top, and they're very easy to control, and everything flows downward. It's a very simple policy that has been working since the dawn of time. It's no different today, and this has really shown us when you have these conglomerates, these major corporations that own and control entire sectors. Of course you do not have competition. Of course you don't have anything but talking points because it's all coming from the same source. Let's move on right here as you look at more than 250 people moving from Google and related firms to the federal government or vice versa just since Obama took office. That's 258 instances of a revolving door. Think about what that means. Now think about this very clearly. I want to spend just a little bit of time on this. As you see, Google, your perhaps search engine, perhaps your email, perhaps you have your phone with them, perhaps you use any of their other services. All of that information, guess where it's going. It all makes its way back into the hands of the government. It is being collected and databased. We know this. We know this from all of the release from the Edward Snowden files, and we have seen what the NSA is capable of. This is exactly what is going on. Think of Google. Think of Facebook. Think of all of these social media programs. Think of most websites. Think of the media conglomerates. Think of everything as yet another arm, another tentacle of the government. Do not think of it as a separate entity. That is very foolish. When you wonder why we can't have any change in the government, no matter who the next president will be, there will not be changed. Nothing will be changed. Why? Because of this. The collusion which exists runs so deep beyond any presidents. Presidents leave, they go and come, and it doesn't matter because of the collusion. Let's look at this. As you look at Monsanto and you look at the U.S. government, U.S. congressmen, senators, you're looking at all the way down on the left-hand side here, you can see all the different positions of power, high positions of power in the FDA, the EPA, all supposedly keeping us safe, keeping us under wraps. Let's look at it like that. And this is exactly what happens. They go back and forth in between each other, sometimes multiple times, and you can see how the information trades hands. You can see how they shake hands behind closed doors, and you see this information which is being shared ultimately leads to laws that are put in place and everything else. It's a scam, it's a scheme, and we are the ones who are suffering most because of it. Look at this right here. Federal and state government, and then you see GE. And GE, guess what? Didn't pay any taxes. They rarely have to pay anything. It's minuscule when they do, and they're not the only ones. Google's the same issue, and it's no doubt that they're not going to have their own friends, alumni in the positions of government have anything but favorable laws for them. And then you look at this, the overlap of the Fed and Goldman Sachs during the 2007 subprime mortgage crisis. It shouldn't surprise anybody. And you're talking highest positions of power. You're looking at John Corzine, U.S. Senator, Henry Paulson, the Treasury Secretary, and then on the Goldman Sachs side, that's, CEOs and highest of the high-level people moving. It's not like some analyst there. It's the highest positions of power. And again, federal government and defense contractors. Guess who makes all of these, the whole warmongering scenario? Oh, we need to bomb this or that. And then you think about it for a second. Well, hey, what's happening? Who's the gain in all of this? Well, it's this. Doesn't surprise me for 1 minute. Pharmaceutical companies, does it even need to be said? This is probably the most criminal gang of them all. Even when drugs are just maiming people, destroying people's lives, killing them in many instances, they're just allowed to pass right on through. How does that work? Well, look at this chart right here. And big oil, again, another situation, more of the same. If you found this video informative, please give me a thumbs up. And last but not least, if you found the video informative, I know you'll find my book, The Money GPS, even more informative. If you want to see it, to look through it, head over to Amazon. They have a look inside feature. It will allow you to flip through the pages of the book and see if you like it. Take care.